talk and you don't have to look at me. First third of my life. I have a memory that goes back to when I was 2 years old. I was born in Long Beach, raised in Compton of all places for about 2.5 years. And my mom and dad moved to Hollywood. We lived in 2 places in Hollywood. We actually lived in a steeple-type green old house built in the 1920s or 30s with a chain-pulled toilet. My dad worked at Union Pacific Railroad as an electrician when he got out of the war, but he wasn't an electrician, he was that smart. He also went to UCLA. When my mom and dad chose to get the lot in Chatsworth, we went after school in the evening during the week when the light was good. And on the weekends, Mom would prepare dinner and she'd prepare food on the weekends. Sandra and Renee could care less. Well, Renee was pretty young. But Dad had me hauling wood, digging holes. I was helping, but it was just a ball of fun. My dad sat there and took this 41 International truck and a railroad tie and drove nails through it. Tied it to the truck and put wood pedals on the truck. Put it in first gear, taught me how to drive the truck and not to mess with the throttle. And I actually went out back and graded a baseball field. My dad kept an eye on me. There wasn't a turn I didn't make that he wasn't aware. But what you don't know is I became very, very good at baseball. Legion ball, I actually set a record left-handed pitcher. 16 of 18 batters faced. My dad missed most of those games because he was working so hard to provide for us. But the game that I broke the strikeout record on, he showed up to the last 2 innings. Boy, was I buzzed that my pops could go see me. They watched, and after the last inning, they started taunting me. And I lost my zone. I drove the ball, and it actually hit the fence. Should have been a double. I stretched it to a third. I was so full of myself, I was going to make it home. I should have stuck to a single. It took my gas. After the game, the coaches and the umpires got out there and said, I don't know what your kid ate for breakfast today, but he was in a zone. There wasn't anything he threw that didn't have movement on it. 2 weeks later, I got hit by a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, broke my cheekbone, and damaged my optic nerve. That was it for me in baseball. It was it for me in other things too, because I had this thing going on, my learning, where I'd mix up letters and shapes and things like that. And I'd hit a block wall of frustration. That was it. Baseball, that's it. I can't rehab and do this, so I just quit. I developed drag cars. Raced at Pomona, Irwindale, San Fernando, Lions, drag strip. I can say I never lost a race. Then I had a problem and it locked up. It's when I started figuring things out. When you have a problem, you back up to the first step. Where there isn't a problem, then you move forward. Whoops, there's the problem. What's causing it? It's a millisecond at a time. But it makes a difference. Why do you think when you all did your homework at night, I never gave you the answers, but I asked you questions after question after question to drill it down, because you know what, doggone it? when you figured it out yourself, it was tattooed into your brain. I had a modern day Tom Sawyer's life growing up in Chatsworth. My mom and dad treated me so great. I did. Ran around, the farmers all knew me. And I'll never forget, this was a lesson my mom taught me. My first day at school, she followed me on the bike, made sure I was okay. The next day, she waves goodbye to me and says, "Donnie, I love you, have fun." That's when I learned. Always make the last thing you say, "I love you," because you never know if it's the last. So that's the short circuit about me. If any of it interested you, you'll get a hold of me. If it's just another step in life, I guess you won't ask. Love you.